Welcome back for the last game of at least our channel, most likely for today on High Ground TV. I guess that would actually make it the last game of the qualifiers.
The entire qualifiers. Unless something crazy happens, guys, this is going to be the last time you'll see us here in Andrew's bedroom. We're going to pack it up as soon as this game's over, more likely than not. And a very important game at that. In fact, all of the games right now
Rest on this
are
one.
important. Yeah, I mean, they're all important, but they all rest on this specific game. Virtus Pro versus hehe United. Right now, Virtus Pro are 4-4, the only team with 4 wins. If they take this victory, they will move on to the playoffs. No tiebreakers, no questions asked. If they lose this game, there is a potential 5-way tie that may happen. Now, obviously, a lot of the other teams need to win those games. Those teams include X Gaming, hehe United obviously playing against Virtus Pro right now, so that'd be one team. Power Rangers against Aware, and Relax will be playing, I believe, MYM, and of course, well, X Gaming are actually playing Team Coast. So, might not see all of the teams together here, but
If Virtus Pro lose, there's going to be tiebreakers.
yes, that's all you need to know, and probably a lot of them at that. I'll probably be obsing most of them. And I'll be downstairs at BTS. I'll be obviously in the last game as well, which is going to be Rockskiss versus Mouse Sports, a game that really, it doesn't matter who wins or loses that one, but should
Maybe
be
we'll
fun.
see some cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
stuff.
I think
They're both 8 now.
we'll probably see something crazy. So we are going to jump into the game, and thank you so much for watching, guys. We've switched seats, and I've noticed that when I sit in that chair, some bad juju happens, and we really just we get kind of grumpy, and that's not good for us. So we are going to jump into the draft. hehe United picking up the Iowa and Marana. Virtus Pro going for the Lich and the Treant Protector. An interesting start for their draft. The Lich second pick is something I did not expect to see.
Some teams seem to really value Lich highly, and other teams just kind of ignore him entirely. So, I don't really know how I feel about Lich. The one thing I do like is it basically lets you put whoever you want in the off lane. You can just dual lane and put anyone with him.
Yeah,
That's the one thing I like about Lich.
Lich he's a wild card. I'd say he's a crazy wild card. So I like the pickup coming out for Virtus Pro. They haven't really played their best, especially in their tri lanes. G and I think Arsart have made most of the space coming out in these games for them, and they've won them a lot of games as well. If we look at Virtus Pro and how they've fared in this tournament right now, if we look at the cross tables here, they've lost an XKZ, which if they had won that game, they'd be in a position where they're already in the playoffs. They've lost to Mouse Sports and Rockskiss, which everyone else have as well. And they actually went down to Team Coast, a team that is arguably they're top tier material. So it looks like right now if the playoffs were to start right now, and we don't even consider these last set of games, Virtus Pro probably get knocked out, I think, by Team Coast rather easily. I'd say Rockskiss and Mouse Sports go toe-to-toe, but Mouse probably wins that one. I honestly think Mouse Sports, or rather, Team Coast can knock off Rockskiss as well. I feel
I'd
like
agree with that.
They have that potential. So
Yeah, they fell during group stages to Rocks, but we've seen some very good play out of Coast, and I think if the laning stage goes all right for them, it could be a pretty easy, not an easy victory, but definitely a victory for them. Mm-hmm. If they get rolled in the laning stage, which is definitely possible against a team like Rocks, it would be a little bit harder. But the game at hand here, hehe United, they are 3-5.
Who are their victories against? Let's check this out.
They've beaten NextKZ, MYM, and the Power Rangers.
Yeah, that's actually rather interesting. The fact that they beat NXKZ and Power Rangers is kind of surprising. They've shown flashes of brilliance. They've shown they can play at a top level by beating those 3 teams, at least a somewhat top level. Now they have to face up with their toughest test. This test will determine whether or not they have a chance at making the playoffs here. So it really rests on. I mean, I guess you could say that the like with Virtus Pro, what's the term everyone always uses? Fates in their hands. They control their own destiny, I think is the one. They control their own destiny.
Sounds reasonable to me.
Let's go with that. That sounds right.
And they really do. I mean, it's not really advantageous for any of these teams to run through those huge tiebreaker brackets, and Virtus Pro are definitely going to be looking for a win here. They grab the Centaur as well as the Shadow Fiend, Bane, Doom, the choice for hehe United, and already I'm very worried about hehe just crumbling under the pressure that Virtus Pro can apply here.
I like the Doom pickup a lot, but at the same time, I don't know if it's necessary. I don't know what you're shutting down here for Virtus Pro with the Doom. He's not a good laner here. Again, you have to deal with now a Treant Protector, a Lich, and whatever else they want to run with that. Shadow Fiend's probably mid for G, who plays a very solid mid up against whatever they want to throw at him. Might even be a dual lane IO Mirana, which I've seen before. And the Mirana Bane combo is going to be very solid, and Mirana's going to be a core here one way or another, whether she's in mid, whether she's in off lane, whether they dual lane and then send Doom solo safe lane, whether they send Doom mid. If Doom's mid, Shadow Fiend has probably an okay time, except for the early stage of the game, until they get some Necromastery stacks up. Level 6 Doom will be really nice. They can maybe try to gank the Shadow Fiend, but I just don't see them really, like in a team fight, throwing the Doom on Lich, it might not be worth it. Yeah, you can't get the Chain Frost off, but throwing it up in the Treant Protector might be good to stop the Living Armor from coming out. Virtus Pro pick up a Drow Ranger with everything on the line right now, or at least the fact that they may have to play more games afterwards if they lose this one. They pick up a Drow Ranger.
Gnar style, baby.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? It's won games in really tight situations before. I'm not going to complain about it. I love the hero in general. She does some ridiculous amount of damage with Shadow Fiend in combination with both of those heroes. The right click is going to be absolutely absurd, and the fact that they'll be able to take down towers is pretty significant. So I like the pickup, sort of. I'm going to reserve Judgment until we jump into the game, and I'm going to reserve Judgment until I see hehe's last pick, which is going to be a Skywrath Mage. We've entered Bizarro Land, much like we did in that last matchup, but I'm all for it, man. The last game of the day potentially coming out here with a bang.
Well, the good news is I don't see this one going ultra late. That's the good news. Although it might, because I'm here, and you know, 5 seems like a nice round number to have over 5 75-minute long games.
I don't know.
I like Drow. You don't like Drow here?
No, I like Drow here.
There's no pressure. If he doesn't get nightmared, he'll be fine.
I agree with you. That's the thing. Is he going to get pressured? You have a Mirana Bane combo, arrow, deluxe meal coming at your face. Like, you don't want to have to deal with that.
I think it's okay.
Well,
I don't mind it.
Either way, hehe United are... They're in a position where they can certainly take this game, but Virtus Pro are in that same exact position. We are going to jump into the game as soon as we get the last pick coming out from hehe's player. And they'll need a pause momentarily as they collect themselves, and we will in fact jump in to the potentially last game of the last game here on High Ground anyway.
Yeah, last game here on High Ground. If Virtus Pro lose, there will definitely at least be tiebreakers between these two teams again. If they win, we are done, and we'll be cleaning up the rest of this tomorrow. And, well, we need another pause here. And look at this. Dude, this is a set right here.
It is quite the set. I actually haven't seen that set before. That's nifty as hell.
It's the Lich Jesus set, dude.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's rather good. So, we're going to jump into the game. There's a disconnect coming out for the IO, unfortunately. HWA throwing out some all chat right now. This is what I like about hehe United. They seem to be like... They seem to just relax and have fun.
We are a very social people. Oh, man. Well,
these guys are crazy.
Us too.
These guys are rather crazy. I like it. I love, just the all chat. As much as I like Coast and their, playstyle and how...
Dude, he said shout out to his mom. How can you not love that?
That's true. That's very true.
Shout out to his mom and the International.
hehe United are not on that same level, unfortunately. They don't shut up anymore.
Oh, God. This is the team with the donkey?
It is.
God damn it.
Is that really going to bother you that much?
Yes!
All right, well, let's not focus on it then. Jumping into the game, it's going to be hehe United on the Dire side. It's going to be Chips Haji will be on the Bane. We'll have HWA playing that Mirana. Nahiz will be up in the IO. And Kai Butsu will be on the Skywrath Mage, bringing up the rear. It is Relo on the Doom to round out your Dire lineup.
On the other side of things, Virtus Pro, the team of seasoned veterans, trying to win out here to avoid a possibly grueling tiebreaker match today. Arsart, or Smile, he's going to be on the Centaur War Runner, God Kill Them All, or G, Sean the Shadow Fiend in the mid lane. NS, he's going to be on the Lich, Illidan Storm Rage on the Drow Ranger, and Jotum on the Treant Protector. And I think if hehe don't aggro here, this will be a very easy game for VP.
I also love what they're doing for Virtus Pro right now. They go for the Precision Aura early on for Illidan, and that actually gives the bonus 5 base damage to Shadow Fiend, which is huge early on, so he doesn't have to buy something like a Wraith Band. He only gets 2 GG branches and some pooled tangos, so he'll have a very quick bottle. Still going to have a tough time right-clicking and getting those last hits. We'll see who's in the mid lane coming out. It is going to be a mid Skywrath Mage played by Kaibutsu. You've got to have brass to play something like this in the mid lane.
This is actually a fairly good matchup, I think, for Skywrath. It's really, you don't really get too much pressure early because of the low damage from the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend has a pretty low HP pool, but it looks like he might get Dual Wind. We'll see where Lich actually ends up settling here. He has a lot of gold. He's only bought wards and some pooled stuff, so great. Oh god, God actually overblocked. Well,
yeah, that's the worst. He still is able to get CS from this, I think, just fine.
Yeah, he's doing fine.
Yeah, he actually just fixed his bottle, and 2 Necromastery stacks. He misses the 3rd, but that's fine. And that means that, well, honestly, with this start for G, you can actually start right-clicking down this unfortunate Skywrath, but he will get Rune Control probably, and Kaibutsu will start spamming out his spells and just being annoying as possible.
Yeah, look at this. There's not really anything God can do about this. He just gets spammed by the spells. That's the beauty of Skywrath. You have to play him ultra aggressive, otherwise he just falls behind really hard. And we'll see how Kaibutsu does. I'm pretty sure he was mostly playing offlane, right? I still remember him playing Darkseer.
Yeah, he played Darkseer in the one game we, I think, casted of them. So the thing is, though, G, he could just stay back and he can throw up a raise from time to time to try to get CS. And I mean, he's got a decent start. Yeah, that Courier is not in the best position.
Awkward.
Concussive shot's going to go through the Arcane Bolt as well. G's just going to back off. Kaibutsu's like thinking about
if he
diving.
dies and gets the Courier?
Oh
my
How did he get that?
God.
He had vision of that somehow. And they're rotating through. Chips Hodgin is looking for NS right now. The Nightmare is going to go. There's no arrow. I don't think they can follow this up with anything. NS is just going to take Nightmare damage and right-click damage. That's unfortunate, though. That's no more Bottle Crow for G, so now he has to rely on getting runes here, whether it's through his supports or just roaming around. That is a big loss. It happened again, man. Somebody got a kill in a big game on a Courier. Oh, dear Lord. G getting caught out this time. He actually might die. They have a Living Armor, maybe. G taking right-click damage. The Nightmare. The Arcane Bolt is going to do enough damage. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Chips Hodgin taking right-click.
That's a huge advantage.
Oh, absolutely. Wow.
Wow,
he want this game. They really want this game. You know, I mean, both teams should want it equally, but I can't believe G let that Courier die as well. That is unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, he's off to a rough start now, 0-1. They also are dealing with tower getting pushed in bottom. They're even going to use the fortification, and, well, it looks like we've got a weird one on our hands. Kaibutsu is going to have to use his own bottle. That's coming out as well, and he is pretty low on HP. Arsart in the top lane doing just fine against Relo, trading fairly evenly here.
Yeah, this off lane and this solo safe lane, Relo should do just fine. He'll get CS. Arsart can play up a bit more when he gets levels, but for the most part, it's going to be Doom just getting CS. I mean, Relo has no way really to contest Arsart in terms of like damage output, but he has Scorched Earth, so he can stay alive. Trading is not really going to go in favor of Relo. Obviously, Double Edge does a lot of damage to Arsart, so he's got to be careful with that as well. He actually picked up an Orb of Venom casually, so I like it.
And already, we've got God trying to get this little camp over here. Unfortunately, it's Mud Golems. There is a big stack over here. That's going to help him out a little bit. Triple stack there.
Yeah.
And we'll see if that's enough to get him back into this. They are at a pretty heavy disadvantage here already with the way that this game has started out, but Illidan in the bottom lane has also not really found any farm due to this aggressive tri-lane here. Wisp in an aggressive tri-lane, definitely not something we're used to seeing.
How many times have we seen Illidan not find farm in the beginning of the game?
Yeah, it seems like it's every time.
Just proceed to just wreck the mid to late stages of the game. It doesn't matter. But the thing is, they rely so heavily on G, though. That's the issue, and he's not getting as much farm as you might like. He's got these Mud Golems, but he's taking forever to right-click this Mud Golems down. He'll be able to go get this stack here in just a second with his raises, which will provide him a big boon. If experience as well as probably just nice gold as well. Doom has the most CS in the game. I would not be surprised if Relo goes for Midas. I don't know if he needs to in this game. If they want to be aggressive early on, he might just forego it altogether. And another bit of rune control now coming up from Kaibutsu. They know that he has that Invis rune. They saw it. So in that top lane, Arsart needs to be careful. He will buy his Tranquil Boots out right here, but dying to this gank should be...
He should be fine. He has a lot of HP.
Yeah. Down bottom, Chips Hodgin took a bit of damage coming through. They were trying to dive this tower. That did not work out. G's roaming Interestingly enough, they actually have an Observer War here, so they're gonna... Oh, Chips Hodgin, what are you doing, man?
Oh, NS gets nailed by the arrow, though. Down goes Chips. Ray's coming in as well. Arsart is actually going to die. It's in the top lane. Reload diving under the tower, and... Well, they trade back and forth here.
Yeah, that was without Doom. He didn't have it up. He was probably level 5 by the time that Skywrath rotated through and got that kill, so... A bit interesting that we're seeing these kills kind of traded back and forth. Arsart going down, not the biggest loss. I mean, he bought his Trinkles, like I said beforehand. He won't have a TP, so he'll have to walk back to the lane. G actually just rotated trying to get a kill there, and I think he wasn't even part of the assist, unfortunately, so he didn't get anything out of that gank. And he lost a bit of experience in gold. Skywrath, though, is only at 14 CS right now. A lot of that has to do with, well, he's not the best in terms of his animation or damage.
No, his animation's not very good.
And G can just kind of work here right now. He will get spammed out. The courier is back alive. Bottle crowing now is going to be a thing. Something's on the ground. I'm not sure what that was that he just picked up. Belt of Strength now. Bottle Crow continuing onward here.
Bottom lane VP is super afraid, though. Look how far back they're playing.
He just took that Tier 1 tower in 5 minutes in. So safe lane tower, which is a really important tower to have map control, gone because of an aggro tri-lane now coming up for hehe United. So they're playing this exactly like they need to.
Applying pressure, punishing Drow in lane, which is really the weakness of the hero. And, well, Arcane Boots finished up here for the Skywrath. He's got Mystic Flare. He's going to be looking to get a kill as soon as possible. He's gone for the max Bolt build, not the max Ancient Seal.
Oh, boy.
They're chasing down NS, though. They're juggling the aggro. In comes a concussive shot, slowing down NS. Mystic Flare, oh, that was a little...
They really wanted. They thought the Nightmare was going to be enough, and they could just throw the Mystic Flare down on top of it. They did not expect the juggle coming through, but they waited so long that a TP rotation could have came in anyways, even if they had nobody there to support them. So that was a nice try to gank, but they need a lot more than that. Drow has nothing. She's 5-2 right now. Illidan has got to find room to farm, and he's not getting it. Level 6 will be nice. That'll be a boon for him, but it's not going to be nearly enough to get him back into this game. They've got to get him some farm and get him involved in at least getting a little CS.
Yeah, he's got a couple options here. It looks like he's going to be going for Aquila. You can get like a Morbid Mask and then kind of jungle once you're level 6. You have enough damage if that's a big issue. But now with the lane sort of pushed all the way to his tower, I think he should be okay. Oh god, that Radiant Ward is just out of view. That's pretty unfortunate. Or that Dire Ward rather. And wow, Nihis is in pretty deep here with Kaibutsu. This is really bizarre.
Look at this aggression coming out. They know they have map control now. Now that Tier 1 tower is gone, and even if they had that Tier 1 tower, they could still be this aggressive.
What is going on right now?
There's a haste rune on the IO, so they're just
Custom shot. God trying to make something happen here. Leash seed on Kaibutsu. Stampede. He just has no HP.
Okay.
Gets raised down.
That's a questionable decision coming up for the Skywrath. There's no point in him being there. Yes, you have a hasted up IO, but if you're hasted up, I mean, it's not like you're going to get... I mean, Skywrath he stayed too long.
He has no HP.
There's no point in him being that far in. So they get a free kill. They're actually diving on bottom.
They have no stuns, though.
Look, they're so aggressive.
I have no idea. Is he might be
IO
just
IO might die. And Nihis does not
have he's still... Oh!
That actually gives a lot of gold to Illidan, too. And level 6.
Yeah, Illidan is now level 6, and I think VP have started the road to recovery after a really bizarre early game. Hehe just playing way over aggressive. They're going to get an arrow here on God that might be enough to kill him. In comes the Wisp. He's going to get the spirit damage out. Well, maybe it's not over yet, as
that was a lot
God's
of damage.
Gonna go down
they rotated 4 heroes just for that kill alone. But that's important. Shutting down Shadow Fiend early on and making sure he can't snowball to control is very, very important. Again, though, he has avenues back into the game. The thing is, though, there's a lot of Dire Observer Wards right around this area where he should be farming and getting stacks and what have you. So, I mean, even if he's able to stack those up, they can just go into the jungle and kill him, especially if they take down this Tier 1 tower. They want to make sure there's as little map control as possible for Virtus Pro right now, because if Illidan wants to farm, they just want to make sure it's as uncomfortable as possible.
I think that's the right thing to do here for hehe. The crazy over-aggressive moves, maybe not necessary. TP's coming in. God is here. He wants to make something happen. Only 15 stacks. Again, they're going to Nightmare him. The arrow is going to be canceled after the juggling of the aggro. Chips taking damage. Arrow sailing through. It's going to miss Raze, as well as the right-click enough to get God a kill here. Now they're stuck in the river. Mystic Flare off the mark. Hehe, what is going on here? They have leak on HWA. Kaibutsu throws out the Arcane Bolt. Concussive Shot not available. Another Bolt is, though, and Living Armor going to heal him up as Illidan is starting to go to work on this bottom tower.
Yeah, and... they're like fighting mid and they're leaving Drow alone, and all of a sudden you might even just see a recovery might just come out for the Drow Ranger at like 9 minutes in, which would be awesome. Nightmare? No way. Chip Sajin was silenced as hell, so he's gonna buy treads instead for Drow Ranger right now. Centaur denies the top tower. Oh, the Doom! Reload might fall to creeps though. Is he going to? He's gonna phase boots. He's gonna try to TP out. He's gonna make it alive. Reload.
He was at 3 HP at one point.
At least Arsar gets the deny off, but dang. That was a fight, man.
Kaibutsu still just spamming Arcane Bolt on God here. That's definitely the right move. But God is 55 CS.
He's got 35 Necromastery stacks
even
now.
Illidan has recovered here. I mean, he's sitting at 27 CS.
Where's the gold graph?
I feel like 2 minutes ago he had like 5 CS.
He still has like a 4,000 gold lead.
Yeah, I mean, they've knocked down 1 tower, 2 towers, and oh God. God is going to die again.
They're going to Frost Armor him, but I don't know. Yeah, Mystic Flare. Oh, yeah. Okay.
And that's actually at risk here. Arcane Bolt sailing in. That is enough double kill for Skyrath. This is going super ham. Arsar is going to get the kill on Mirana. Now Kaibutsu overextended the overgrowth. Is this going to be enough? Jotum trying to make it out. Ancient Seal is available.
Nightmare. Juggle it. No, the Ancient Seal. Oh, this is not good. Reload's going to come in. He might have Relevable Death. I don't think he's got Doom up right now.
This T1 tower is still alive, and we're at tier 3 right now.
Arsar's backing off. He's going to live. NS is here. NS is no Chain Frost. He's still level 5, so...
I can't help but feel like this is just not helpful, because Illidan is just pushing towers now.
This is what he needs to do. He can't contribute to the fights yet, and he actually forces 2 rotations coming out for...
And he's going to live.
Yeah, he's just going to back away.
Unless he gets hit by a really YOLO arrow.
No, he's fine. He's absolutely fine. He's actually had to tether away down in that bottom lane. G is going to have to keep farming right now. He did go down, so all of those Necromastery stacks that he had saved up are gone, but he's still the highest CSer in the game. And as long as they don't lose all of their outer towers at about 20 to 25 minutes in, I feel like Virtus.pro probably have this because of the late game that they've got going their way. You could argue that the Mirana, with the start she's had, will probably be able to carry just as effectively, and the Doom on top of that, but I just feel like there's more intangibles for Virtus.pro. They have better team fight, they have better synergy, they have better damage coming out for the right clickers. They have the Frost Armor as well, which at some point you're going to reach diminishing returns once you start getting armor items, but...
Skyrath, though, is going to have a huge window of opportunity to just break this game open for them. Arsar moving forward. That's not the way to start it off. Chips going down for free.
Arrow.
There's the Ancient Seal. Arrow just misses Arcane Bolt. Not enough. The Starstorm is, though, and still a very powerful skill set.
Elden died top. They dove so far for that. They actually used that Doom, and they dove past the tier 2 up to the tier 3 high ground.
Dude, look, he actually he died in the base, so they went quite deep for that one. Dying to that Doom.
This is ridiculous aggression that we've yet to see in these qualifiers. Hehe are going in every way possible. They're going to try to find a kill. They want to make sure they secure it. Whether it costs them their lives or not, it doesn't matter. So I love that they're being this aggressive. They know that their tournament lives are on the line here. Virtus.pro need to play with a bit more urgency. They've picked up a drum now on the Shadow Fiend. A BKB should be coming out next. Illidan, his item choice is, well, he's stuck at about 700 gold. He has not gotten anything since he picked up his treads in Aquila. So...
Honestly, I think Morbid Mask and just like jungling and split pushing is probably
They
fine.
can't jungle if there's vision and this
They
aggressiveness.
de-warded it pretty effectively, though.
Oh boy. Overgrowth, and he's maybe in trouble to stop Mystic Flare hitting on Arsar at the silence as well. Kaibutsu taking rage damage. The right click, will it be enough? Absolutely, so squishy. Now what else can they get done? The Frost Arrows. Illidan wants to fight. The silence is now up on Chip Sajin. There's the Frost Blast. He has got no way to get back into this. The Doom is going to come by. He has no Doom for about 18 seconds. No, Reload, what are you doing? Get out of there. You're just going to get Frost Arrowed. The arrow will connect. The Chain Frost flying through. Virtus.pro, they're turning it around. And already 3 dead. A TP rotation coming in. Everyone backing off from Virtus.pro. HWA is here with Nihiz, but they can't really do much. At least I don't think they can anyway.
I mean, to be honest, like, look how much damage this Shadow Fiend has.
He's hitting hard.
It's like almost 200, and he doesn't have anything. Thank you,
Base
Precision Order.
Yeah, seriously. Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus!
He's alive, man.
He wants it. Oh, the long-range raise takes down the IO.
Getting styled on.
Getting Fiend's Grip. He's going to die here. That's one that's going to go their way. Are they going to turn this back around? Overgrowth's up in a couple seconds. Leech, see it on Kaibutsu. God moving forward. Chips taking so much damage from that raise.
Oh my god, Mirana gonna kill an Ennis on the backside.
Oh baby,
This
this
starting
is
to go terribly.
Mystic Flare all over the place. HWA doing damage. Arcane Bolt going in. Ancient Seal still on him. He's trying to run it out. Ancient Seal goes off at the last second and last arrow. One more hit for God. He's gonna fall.
The creeps, dude.
Look at how deep they are, and now they're gonna go for Jotum as well. The Ancient Seal, they're running him down still.
They have no detection.
And they are just...
Arsar, you are too manly, dude. Oh my god, you're so manly, Arsar. Get out of there, dude.
He does have a lot of HP. Another Ancient Seal concussive shot going to swing over, slowing him down. HWA, maxed arrow, max Starstorm looking to slay. He is going to push out. They glyph up. What is this game, man?
There's still 4,000 gold lead for
He are doing fine. Like, they might be a little over aggressive. Look at this build. They're building to win this game as soon as possible. Oh my god. Maelstrom is going to be the choice here for the Mirana, but double null. Staff of Wizardry, Ring of Regen. Looks like he is probably going to be going for a 4 staff, although with 2 null talisman, that Dagon has to be tempting.
Oh, I mean, yeah, for sure. He's going to finish with 4 first and foremost. He might go Dagon a little bit later, but with the Ring of Regen in his inventory, it's more
definitely going to be,
likely,
most likely a 4 staff.
A 4 staff. And they're going to go for Roche, too.
VP are doing a good job just keeping this game in damage control.
Do you know this is happening? Do you know that they're roaching right now? Because if you do, you need to contest this. You have Requiem. You have your team fight potential. You need to get Arsar here.
I feel like Virtus Pro are just getting cheesed.
I don't know if I call this cheese. I call this ridiculous early game aggression that's actually paying off.
I mean,
I guess that you do.
I mean, I think that's the definition of cheese.
All right, well, that's an Aegis now. So that's
Skyrat's gonna have an Aegis, and continuing forward here, we'll see what they do with it. They need to make a huge impact on this game right now. Doom is available. Yes. No mech up, but they are getting wrapped around on. There's the initiation on Jotum. The arrow's going to hit him. Concussive shot. In comes Arsar. Look at the double-edged shoot through Kaibutsu. Dead already. God as well. They're going to help take down the Bin. There's a Requiem only on 1. But HWA, he's stuck on the high ground trying to make something happen here. But down goes Arsar. Kaibutsu running away. The physical damage is way too much. HWA somehow gets a kill as well. And everyone is dying.
Charge.
God, he's going to bring down the rest. Are we just going to see a 10? Is everyone going to die? They're all dead.
They're all dead, everybody.
They're all dead. I think it's safe to say it. God is the only one left alive. 9 heroes dead. Everyone, it's water break time.
Turns out if you overcharge a Maelstrom Mirana, she actually kills everybody. I didn't know that, but I do now. It looked really good for Virtus Pro in the beginning of that fight. The Aegis really turned the tide for hehe. They were able to turn around and grab a couple of kills off of it. The good news is Shadowfiend will pick up close to his BKB, and at this point now, he's not going to be really concerned about the Skywrath with BKB
yeah, I think
on.
Once you just... The problem with Skywrath is BKB is just shit all over this hero.
Yeah.
Like, you get a BKB and he literally does nothing.
What do you do at that point?
Look at this.
You're right.
Mass for Illidan.
You were right, man.
I got the fucking celery today, man.
Well, listen, I mean... all right, listen, don't get too crazy. It's not hard to call that.
I called the refresher, man.
Okay, you know what? Greg's on point. I'm done. He can do this cast alone. Jeez.
It's getting early here. Is that the right term?
It's getting
8 o'clock in the morning.
I don't know what's going on.
Oh man, Illidan pushing out the lanes here. Just needs to be careful not to get caught by Kaibutsu or HWA. Kaibutsu can pretty easily just kind of take care of him at this point. With 4 levels in Ancient Seal, 4 levels in Arcane Bolt, and the Mystic Flare. Pretty easy to burst through here with only 900 HP.
This has been just, I think, the treat, the cherry on top, if you will.
This is the dessert of the qualifiers.
It absolutely is. But the problem is this dessert might not even be like the beginning of the appetizer because we still have so many games if this goes the way of hehe United.
I think Virtus Pro are doing an okay job of keeping damage control though.
Yeah,
like they still have all their tier 2s.
Yeah.
Illidan is doing fine. Huge smoke gang from hehe. They even dropped the dust. They think they might be invis and. Whew.
Well, if you're a Virtus Pro now, you know that
you're just like, hold the ground, please no one die.
You're like, listen, stay together as a team. If you get caught out of position, don't try to save anybody unless
we have
a
buddy system.
If we have a fight that is clearly going in our way.
Oh, Chips is just dead.
That's not the way to start off your fight. They're actually going to retreat now, but this is where Virtus Pro go in. This is where they go hard. Doom is going to go on G. That's a bit troublesome, but they don't have the damage to back it up. The Chain Frost bouncing through, hitting on a couple of targets right now. It's going to be done there. Have they lost reload yet? No. The right click from G. Oh, the relocate out. That would have been a huge kill. They relocated not back to the base, but a little bit further. They want to try to re-go here. They're going to try to reinitiate. They're going to get the nature.
Oh, here we go.
Requiem, That was a bit underwhelming, actually.
I'm sad.
Well, Naheez is about to fall, and looks like he will. Can they get G is the question. BKB has been popped.
I think they need to kill Illidan.
They need to back off. Reload's actually coming right in. The silence is going to go. Well, I don't know about this. Chip Sanj is back alive. G needs to get out of here as quickly as possible. Illidan's going to fall here in a second as well. This fight was looking so good for Virtus Pro, but they're about to lose everybody. Oh my god! Oh my No pun intended, but dear lord.
God, kill them all or something. I don't know, man. He is dead. They're going to lose to tier 2.
We
And
might be in
that
for a long
is the
one
kind
here.
of fight that hehe United have needed to bring this to a giant tiebreaker. Maybe everyone else will lose and it'll only be a 2-team tiebreaker.
I doubt that'll happen. You and I both know that's probably not happening. Which I'm fine with, but I'm also a little bit skeptical about.
Oh, Power Rangers have already won, so, well.
Alright, well. That's one team down. He is looking real strong for the second team. I just Virtus Pro.
There's still a chance for them in this, though, I think. And there's
Stampede. What?
Right.
Our server just misclicked.
Yep.
Radiant's top tower.
Yep.
Guys,
And now they're moving in on the tier 2.
You can't make in this game. Come on.
Mjolnir is done for HWA. He has amassed a lot of farm on the back of these overcharged kills with the Maelstrom procs, and the tier 2 is just dead. It doesn't look like they can defend this. They have no Requiem. The Arsart is all they've got. A great Nightmare. The Arsart kind of makes something happen. God moving forward. He gets Doom, though, trying to right-click away, make something happen. Illidan as well, but they just have way too much HP. And
Frost Armor is doing work for the Doom right now. He's stolen that as the, of course, ability for himself with Devour. They killed Skywrath. They got something out of it, but I don't know, man.
Well, moving forward here, arrow sailing through. That's off the mark. Illidan is trying to put together a BKB, and it's just not working at the moment. And now they're the ones putting pressure on, and both teams, I guess, have decided to just throw themselves at each other until someone wins.
This is what I call the sloppy dodo approach.
Yeah, this is the sloppy dodo approach, and it is going to be a day again. So I'm in.
He might go. He's going Rod of.
He could go Rod, yeah. That's lame.
It's a really good item on Skywrath.
Yeah, that's true. He is going Rod. You're right.
Okay. All right.
You're
well,
right.
Big Stomp. This is a fight breaking out right now. The silence going through. Can they get a pick off here? Mjolnir charge already blowing up that ledge. G trying to turn and fight here, but this is not a winning battle for him. He actually is going to get the Skywrath, but at the cost of his own life and pretty much the rest of his team. Double kill for HWA. And, well, the Requiem grabs another kill, but 3 for 5 trade. Hehe will take that every day of the damn week.
Especially when both their cores are still alive. They're going to march forward here, grab this tier 2 tower, and, well...
Are you serious with this gold leader right now? They're actually at 10k ahead. He are doing the improbable. No one gave them a chance coming into these qualifiers, and Virtus Pro are not necessarily throwing, but they're not playing to win right now. Clearly,
I mean, they're just overwhelmed by the pressure that he is applying here, and they were not ready for this kind of pressure.
What they needed to do was a bit of what they did earlier with Illidan. Have him split push, try to take down towers, get him farm.
If they can't split push when their base is getting like.
They can force. They have team fight potential with 4 versus 5. I'm not saying they should, but they can force rotations. He can take tier 1 towers. He's a big boy. He can handle himself.
I think he'll just get destroyed.
I mean, maybe if they rotate for him, but at least they're rotating for Illidan and you're getting pressure off their base. And they're forcing rotations elsewhere. They just decided to 5-man into hehe. And it was especially after that Roshan. They saw Rosh was taken, and then all of a sudden he's like, let's go. And VP were like, I guess we're going to fight this or something.
I mean, with the proper engagement, I think VP should be fine. They just do not get them at all. Like, look at their team. They have Requiem, Stomp, Chain Frost, Silence, and Overgrowth.
I feel like that right click that was so very, very, very important early on in the game with the draft, with Precision Aura, with marksmanship, with the Shadow Fiend.
I think they just need to kill the Wisp.
Necromastery stacks.
Holy shit, this is a farm Wisp.
Not even the Wisp either. It's really, I think, it's the Ice Armor too. And I think there's a mech as well in the Doom. Like, they have... And there's armor from Vlad's. Like, the right click is... It's not doing nearly as much as it should. Like, back when, we saw that fight mid, that's because of the armor.
Oh, reload, cuts him off, drops the Doom on God, turns on the BKB. Is going to be enough. He is getting a lot of damage. Fiend's Grip on Illidan. Overgrowth going to cancel it. In comes the Chain Frost. Wisp is going down. And this Chain Frost continuing to bounce through. That Force Staff not the most helpful. And Doom still going on God. Down goes Relo. Chips trying to make something happen, but the rest of the team is here. He is able to take down God with the help of HWA. Finally, Chips is going to fall. And these teams are just trading back and forth. But Illidan and Arsar take down HWA. And that's the kind of engagement that VP are looking for.
If G didn't die in that fight, that would have been the picture-perfect fight for Virtus Pro. But he got doomed up. He took a lot of damage. HWA is kind of he's in a role where he's kind of like a sniper, essentially.
Yeah.
He's sitting on the backside, he's picking heroes off with Maelstrom and Mjolnir, and he's just doing work. And if you don't shut him down, like they'll shut down the Isle, they'll shut down the Doom, but those frontline heroes only do so much, whereas HWA provides consistent damage early on.
I'm a little surprised they're not continuing to go here, but I guess they're just afraid of the
No,
Skywrath.
there's no reason to keep going right now. I think not with everyone respawning for the most part.
Well, 10k gold lead, but they still lost a fight. And XP extremely swingy in this game.
Like they need like 2 more of those engagements for Virtus Pro to get them up to a BKB for the Drow Ranger to get up whatever it is that God is building right
He's
now.
pretty close to this.
What is God building right now? Let's take a look here. He's gonna have a Chrysalis, so 12 souls unfortunately, but he's going dataless once he gets that. His BKB, and he needs to be a bit more tanky. I'd really like a mech on anybody for Virtus Pro. Lich should probably be building it, but he's actually going for a Force Staff instead. Definitely not happening for the center. He's going for a pipe. And for the Treant Protector, he actually has 1. Okay, that's good. Excellent. So they've gotten some items. They're still in this.
Yeah, they're definitely still in this. With Illidan nearing the completion of the BKB, he'll only have to worry about the Bane CC, and hopefully with this Lifesteal, he'll be able to turn things around in these long engagements. And, well, he are going for Roshan.
That's, I mean, they got it earlier. There's no point in not getting it now. The question is, do Virtus Pro test their luck? I don't know. They've gotten kind of lucky with some of these engagements here, so it really comes down to, I mean, and hehe are actually now, they're like, okay, they're at a point where this is dangerous. There is a fight mid lane breaking out, it looks like. Oh, taking some damage. Kaibutsu getting kind of low. Big stomp from Arsart. Where's the right click follow-up? Ennis getting kind of low. Like, he might have already thrown out the Chain Frost. Doom again on G, but he's going to turn around and try to right click on Reload. Now he's going to move on to Chips Hodge, and he's done. Chain Frost is going to bounce up to a couple heroes. Nice overgrowth. That's going to keep everybody in place. They need to take down this Wisp. Now HWA and Reload, the only ones alive. Virtus Pro, they're finally doing it. Triple kill for Arsart. Smile doing work. HWA, he throws at the arrow. He clips NS and gets the kill. But for his efforts, God, he gets a double. Now they'll take down this tier 2 tower.
You doubted their team fight, Maud, and look what they did to you.
I said Virtus Pro's team fight was fantastic. I just said they needed to get more time. It turns out they didn't.
That was just a better engagement.
They didn't need more time. They just needed a better fight. That's all they needed.
And they take the tier 2 tower, and hehe, look like that arrow. That was actually NS, man. They are just, these teams are apparently friendly with each other, or at least looking so. And now VP are going to take this Roshan.
Yeah, this is a huge pickup for them. Now they have an Aegis, so if they get caught in position...
BKB and then some done for Illidan, too.
Yeah, I mean, the BKB now, the Aegis now, this is their time to maybe at least farm a bit more. I don't think they want to fight just yet. I don't know how confident they're feeling. With the way Arsart's been playing, again, Arsart has been playing out of his freaking mind. This guy is so good on most offlane heroes. Like, his Nyx Assassin's been absolutely spectacular.
Blade Mail. I like this Blade Mail pickup. He's going to try to initiate on someone, hope he gets Mystic Flared, turn on that Blade Mail, and kill the Skywrath.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be fantastic.
I think that's the idea.
I think that'd be fantastic. Blade Mail is just good in general, but...
Because you know he's not going to be looking to Mystic Flare, God, or Illidan now that they both have BKBs, so the options are limited.
Can I just say that Dooming G has been proving to be not useful anymore?
Yeah,
it's time to turn your attention to
Arsart. I think at this point Arsart or... Maybe even Illidan.
I'd say maybe even the Treant if he doesn't get his overgrowth off.
Yeah.
I feel like
I think Dooming God at this point.
Like the overgrowth into the Chain Frost has been a big issue for hehe.
Although honestly, like, what happens if he Requiems? He's level 19. How the fuck is he level 19? I guess that's what happens when there's this many team fights.
Wow. That is impressive. I've never seen that before.
That is the fastest I've ever seen a 10k gold lead at 28 minutes come back, like, ever. That's ridiculous.
Also a dataless done now for Shadow Fiend, so...
And this is the problem with Skywrath Mage. Now there's 2 BKBs up.
He is useless.
Things are not looking good. Basically, all he can do is try to nuke down these supports, but look how much HP. Lich is a pretty easy kill for him, but Treant has 1500 XP.
Ennis is going to die in almost every...
mech.
If Ennis gets off his Chain Frost, he's fine with it. Like, that's all he needs to do. Keep up the Living Armor or the Frost Armor.
Arsart. He eats an arrow. They know he's there. Do they have detection?
Oh, no.
They're pinging him. They know he's there. They have no detection.
They have no detection.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, my lord.
God is trying to bait out something here, wants to take down this tower, has an outrageous amount of damage at this point. It looks like VP... maybe are going to clean this one up. This game is... Oh, God. Illidan eats an arrow. Skywrath... Oh, Mystic Flare!
Nice
neck him up.
Staff.
Good Force Staff. And now Virtus Pro, I think, are going to press their advantage. Arsar's here. He wants to initiate on this Wisp. He knows the overcharge is very important. God going to work now, and Chips are going to turn our sights to this part of the fight. And Jotum, he's taking some pressure. There's the overgrowth. Doom on Illidan. But God, he gets off the Requiem. Relo is just dead. Nihis trying to make it out, and I think their time has passed. The game is now well in the favor of Virtus Pro. What a game.
It was looking so good for all these teams. Not that it's over yet, but
It's
all these
I
other
think
teams
it
are like,
is-
we have a chance. We can do it. We are going to make it. Now Virtus Pro are like, we're going to take your Tier 3 tower and win the game and crush your hopes and dreams. Maybe not.
That Mystic Flare was a little bit off the mark. Ancient Steel late. Relo coming back in. No Doom available, though. And now Arsart initiating on HWA. Are they going to kill him? It's really close. The overcharge. Down goes the Wisp. God is just moving forward in the base, and this game just looks completely out of control.
When did this
Ancient
happen?
Seal. Relo charging forward. That's just the Aegis. Arsart goes in, takes down HWA, turns on the Blade Mail. Chips. He is gone. Drow Ranger and God tearing them apart. And part of this, most certainly, the level 16 on Illidan.
Oh,
God
geez.
is not making it out of this one, but he almost takes half the team with him. Kaibutsu darting forward.
Uh-oh.
Illidan is here, has tons of damage. He's out, and they are all going to make it out except for God. And what a crazy game this is, as Virtus Pro now firmly in the lead.
Yeah, they lose 2 heroes there. That was...
And
They
a
dove
lot of
past
it,
the
it's the
racks.
levels here. It's the levels on Illidan. You get so much damage off this aura.
Yeah, it's starting to turn into a clown show here. He was just like, well, we had an opportunity. We had a timing window they wanted to hit, but that timing window is gone and past. They can still win the game without hitting that timing window, obviously, just by finding a very firm fight, getting a good zoom off, getting a good Mystic Flare, getting a couple more items going. But that is, it's going to be very difficult for them now. It's an uphill battle. It's another praise yet again. I mean, if you look at G
Oh
and
my God.
wow, that came out of nowhere, man. I'll tell you what, that is a quick upswing. Like you said, that's the fastest I've seen a gold graph go up that high, and I think any Dota game I've watched. So
Radiant's bottom
HWA has done a lot of work in this game, but now he's got to deal with not only a farmed Shadow Fiend, but a farmed Illidan on that Drow Ranger as well. Arsart has been, again, out of
Warrior
his
died at one
mind.
point with dust on it. I don't know when that
That's a
happened.
bit unfortunate. Was that
Somewhere in
Dire
that-
or Radiant?
Dire, somewhere at that, or Radiant rather, somewhere in that clusterfuck of a fight, top or bottom.
It happens.
Radiant's bottom tower has
And they actually lose a Tier 2 tower at bottom because of that engagement they lost not too long ago. So they will lose direct access to Roche with that Tier 2 tower bottom. They can get there through the Tier 3. It's not too far away. It will respawn in about 3 minutes according to the Roche timer that just came up on the right side. So a bit of a long wait there. We have a Heaven Topper now done for the Doom. They're farming the enemy jungle for Hehe United, but I feel like one more really good fight for Virtus Pro probably secures them the victory here.
And look how tanky Arsart is. He's got a Sanj, going to be going for Halberd next, and even Jotum is so tanky at this point. God, 1700 HP, dealing unreal amounts of damage. He's going to be critting for huge amounts as well, and looks like it's going to get MKB for HWA.
Makes sense.
And they're going to try to... I think Virtus Pro are just going to try to finish off this Rax right now.
This is dangerous, though. If they lose this fight, check buyback status real quick, and if we look at it right
There's just
now,
none.
it's 1 for Illidan. That's it. So, I mean, like, they've got to be careful. They probably won't lose anything if they all die. They have
No,
pretty
I
short
think so.
respawns now. It's not too late into the game, but you still have to be careful as to feeding kills to HWA. I mean, this bottom can still carry very hard into the late game. We've seen it before, so...
They're looking for someone here, maybe to come from the Ancients there. They smoke up. They're going to wrap through the jungle, but everyone from Hehe is just in their base.
They're not willing to make any mistakes now either, which is kind of strange considering how the early
Considering
game went.
that they were here at like 5
5 minutes into the game, yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm going to... It's 33 minutes in, and look at the kill score right now, man.
Yeah, this game is just completely outrageous at this point, and looks like Virtus Pro are going to try to take down this tier 2 top. They don't find anyone in the jungle. I
Free
think they've
tower.
figured out that everyone's just in the base, so this is just a free tower. Has no
It's
HP.
absolutely... There's... If they fort this, I would be
Yeah,
almost
that's no
livid.
way.
I'd be livid. That's,
No way they fort that. It
That
dies in
thing's done.
4 minutes.
That thing's done.
And now-
Relo on the backside, he's like, oh, maybe I can initiate here. And the Wisp was like, oh, maybe I
Arsart.
can initiate here, or should I just run away instead? So, Virtus Pro, like you mentioned, they have a firm lead. They can go for that Rax bottom if they choose to do so. I think they're going to farm up another item, maybe even buyback, maybe wait for Roshan. and then just secure the victory. Then again, this is CIS Dota, and what the hell do I know? So,
I mean, I think if they get an opportunity to pick someone off, they'll take it and just push into the racks, but they can also just honestly send God or Illidan down through the bottom lane to try to take down this racks. Roche still not up, still not. The timer not showing us the 3-minute. I think it just showed, but I missed it, and, well, Virtus Pro are going to start putting some pressure on the mid lane.
yeah, this is their time to shine. I think they'll probably just slow siege this and bait out something from hehe. They can slow siege until at least Roshan. That's a Chrysalis now up on Drow Ranger and a BKB on top of that, which she's had for a bit, but
She's farmed.
She
Arrow coming out.
it's
That's
not
off the
gonna connect.
mark.
I don't even know if they know anybody's there because of the Nature Skies. I don't think they have a gem either. I'm pretty sure they don't. Actually, Chips Hodgin has one. So
Not exactly the most sturdy gem carrier in the
no,
world.
definitely not. I would
211.
I would probably put it on my Doom, but he's probably full slots at this point. So yeah, yep. He doesn't have a TP.
Arsart is doing a really good job of scouting out everything here and making sure they know what's happening.
This Nature's Guys, I feel like, has turned the game around for them. I'm not even gonna lie. Like when he picked up his Nature's Guys up, when Jotum had that ability, like all of a sudden things started turning around.
Oh,
for
Dem
Virtus Pro.
Smokes purchased up by both sides here. I think he know that like this game is potentially over for them if they don't win in the next 5 minutes.
If they don't get Roshan, especially, it's probably over.
Yeah, and they have already a huge disadvantage. XP that swing though.
You gotta be rooting for he after that early game, man. They with some balls and they actually just smoked into Roche altogether. They just smoked right in. They want to go for that. They
Fucking boys.
shadowed. I love this play, and Virtus Pro are sort of making their way over there right now. It looks like they will run. They're gonna smoke as well.
God, this
Roshan's
could be a
not even-
massacre.
He's not even near.
Oh, Arsart goes in. They know they're there. He hits 2 with the stomp. In comes the concussive shot. Silence off and a reload. Mystic Flare. NS is just getting blown up. He just needs to get off the chain frost. There it is. It only hits on reload. It's actually bouncing into Roshan as well. And reload's going to die because of it. Illidan doing damage. Down goes the Mirana. Down goes the Bane. 1 TP's away. Easy Roshan for Virtus Pro. NS even living through that. And, well, I think Virtus Pro have possibly secured themselves the game.
That's best case scenario.
Oh
for Virtus
my
Pro.
god. That's satanic. Aegis. Cheese.
That is, again, best case scenario for Virtus Pro. And, again, they somehow come out with this miraculous... Like,
There's no buyback
Ennis was a
reload.
split second away from dying. They get HW, he's probably the most important target. They get Reload, is probably the second most important target. They're all down. I don't know if any of them have buyback right now. It looks like no.
Only Relo.
Relo has buyback. He's probably... He might have to use it at this
I
point.
mean, he has to use it.
They're going to lose a set of racks.
He doesn't even have Doom, though.
This
What
is
does he really do?
this is not only his qualification dreams dashed, but potentially 4 other teams. So he needs to make something happen right now. He will
God
buy
standing
back.
strong in front, has Aegis, has Satanic, gonna be holding it, but the second barracks is dying here. Illidan going to work, so much physical damage. Kaibutsu pops off his Ghost Scepter, that's not enough. Tree and Protector gonna finish that one off. There's Leech Seeds everywhere, and they finally, tap out. Virtus Pro win after a 10,000, almost 12,000 gold lead at 19 minutes. Call it a comeback. Call it something. I have no idea what that was, but goddamn that was one way to kick it out here in TI4 play for TI4 group stages in the qualifiers.
I gotta give props to he. They played their game and they played it well, but the dives were so crazy. They were so fun to watch, and Virtus Pro didn't really have a response to it. They could have split up and farmed a bit more, but eventually they got the engagements where they're like, we have a better team fight, we have better late game potential. We also have a lot of right click if we get like level 2 and level 3 marksmanship. Like we can start doing a lot of damage. So for hehe United, it's a rough way to go out. Unfortunate way to play the game.
They went out with a bang, though.
I mean, but like, you also have to be really upset if you're like these 4 other teams are like, oh, I won my game. We have a chance to go to the team. Oh,
All right. Well, who would have been in it?
Power Rangers, and I guess the other games
These
probably
games
aren't
aren't
over
done
yet.
yet, but would have been Power Rangers. But with Virtus Pro taking that, our playoffs are secured, and for the last time, or for the first time in the last qualifier, there are no
tiebreakers.
No tiebreakers.
No tiebreakers. So that is going to do it for us here on High Ground. Your top 4 going into the, of course, playoffs coming in. for the E qualifiers. It's going to be Rock's Kiss and Mount Sports. They'll of course play in the next series to decide who is that first seed. Not that it really matters. Team Coast securing their spot with, I believe, either 6-2 or 7-2 or 6-3. 6-3 or 7-2 rather.
They're playing next right now.
They're playing next KZ right now. Virtus Pro, they're sitting at 5-4, just barely scraping into the playoffs. That'll be your top four. Of course, for us, we have had a great time casting for you here from the NA Hub in beautiful Los Angeles, California, here on High Ground TV. My name is Mark. You follow me at Mont32. With me is What Is Hip. Follow me at What Is Hip TV on Twitter. Check out High Ground TV at twitch.tv/highgroundtv. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Greg, any last words before we get out of here, dude?
For the last time on High Ground for the TI4 qualifiers, thank you guys for watching. We sincerely appreciate it. And, well, we'll see you next time.